Hey, welcome back to the YouTube channel. Want to give you an update of something we are working on. We are working on closing off any exits, essentially, for animals right here in our front yard. So the first two that we need to consider is this opening that was cut right back this way where you can see my Jeep parked there. They cut that for the septic line, but whatever the case, that's one way you can get out of the front yard. The other is, of course, where our driveway comes in. Now, the reason that's a concern is for future plans of getting something like dairy cow, potentially beef cows. We really don't want to be chasing a cow down the road out here or out of a neighbor's yard. So we're kind of adding extra layers. The cows, we plan to do rotational grazing with electric fencing, which should keep them in. However, we don't want to get a phone call from a neighbor at some unknown time or be away from home and come back to an animal being out. So we are adding extra layers. Come take a look. Okay, so here it is. This is the entrance to our home. We've got about a quarter-mile driveway that leads here, takes a turn, and goes into our front yard. So this is one possible way an animal could come out, or honestly, people could come in. So we've been working on this gate here. We are going to add a ghost controls opener, so it will all be automatic. This is where our keypad's going to go. We'll also have remotes that can control it, just to make it simple. So this is a 14-foot gate, nice and wide. If we want to have a shed delivered or more gravel for our driveway or whatever, should be plenty of space for that. We've got 6x6 posts in concrete. Another thing I added was this diagonal bracing here. There's probably three reasons for that. Way number one is that top part of the post there is got a lot of tension on it. The gate only weighs, I think, 70-some pounds, but extended 14 feet out, it's got a lot of pull. So what that does is that post can't lean this way without pulling this post, if I can find it, that's concreted into the ground. So it's helping anchor that down, is one. Two is it's just visually kind of cool having that triangle. The third is our last name starts with an N, and so it kind of makes little N's there, just being goofy. But whatever the case, we've got this sheet fencing from Red Brand here on either side as well, securing it in. This is where all my controls are going to go to operate the unit. It is solar powered, so we don't have to worry about running electricity out here. For now, it just swings freely by hand. So that's one way that the animal could get out, is out this way. Got that shut off. The other direction is going this way. So if you follow me this way, our neighbor, conveniently enough, had already put in this fence by the time that we got here, but just beyond it is wide open field. So the initial thought was to just run a fence kind of along this area here, closing it off, but then we lose access to that side. So, okay, we put in the gate. Well, why not go ahead and just fence the whole area in? And we do also have our septic drain field back here, so it's, I don't know if anybody's ever going to need access to that, but we kept it by putting in this giant run of fence this weekend. So on this side, we've got an H brace, just helping hold that in place while we stretch this fencing. I've got wooden posts every 45 feet and T-posts every 9 feet in between, for a total of almost 300 feet of fence going back this way.
Day 3 on the fence project, and we're stretching the fence. Finally got to this point. It's exciting.
Come on. Between this, the cat, T-post. All right, come on. Oh, hold on.
Hey, you'll hear a little noise. So.
Oh yeah.
Like butter.
Oh yeah.
Look at it. There ain't no tension on it now, boss. Look at you.
Like you know what you're doing.
I would think we would.
Not too shabby.
That is a mighty fine looking fence.
Stony Ridge farmer would be proud.
Dang. And such.
Mm-hmm.
So two other places that animal could potentially roam if it were to get out would be, we have paths cut kind of in our backyard, back pasture. One as you leave to the left of the house and one to the right. So you can kind of see back here, I went ahead and set a 6x6 post for a 12-foot gate that's going to go on that side. And then we'll have to put another gate over on this side. I'll probably end up just putting a small gate on that side because it's only a very small opening. But what this is going to do is help kind of close off all the paths of least resistance, so to speak. Now, could an animal potentially forge their way through this forest and find their way out? Maybe, but not in a hurry. It's awfully thick, and so we're just trying to kind of close off those obvious exits for the potential cow. Also, right now we have our livestock guardian dogs in kind of a permanent pen, but we do want to give them access really to the whole property to be able to do their job even better. We plan on using invisible fencing for that, laying the wire underground and kind of containing them in that way. However, again, I don't like to rely exclusively on things like electric netting, invisible fencing when it comes to things like our dogs or a cow. A cow because it's hard to get back in, a dog because it may be very motivated to leave by what it perceives to be a threat. So right now you can see over this way, we've got our livestock guardian dogs in this big pen. But again, as they get older and are a little better trained, we want to give them access to our whole property. So we will not only have a mental perimeter, which is the invisible fence. It's mentally motivating for them to stay. We'll also have a physical barrier, which is going to be that fence on all sides. And the only way they'll get out is by pressing through that forest. And I think between the invisible fence being a motivator and the permanent fence on the paths of least resistance, they'll be pretty well contained, plus maybe a little bit of training too. It's definitely been a weekend full of some pretty hard work, putting this long stretch of fencing in, but we are nearing the finish line, and we've had some family involved coming over and helping make it possible. We've had the tractor out here helping quite a bit, pulling the tension on this fence. But I tell you what, lots of hard work, but it feels pretty good being able to look back, see that fence that was not there just a day ago or a couple days, however long this has taken, and see the infrastructure going in, see things that hopefully will be there for a long time and will be a benefit for our farm, be a benefit for if when our kids take it over, we'll have this nice fenced in area that will just give more options. If we want to put a garden out here, this is going to help protect that area. If we want to rotate the cows, sheep through here, again, that fencing is just going to give us more options, give us some security, not only for animals coming out, but again, just protection for our home as well. So hard project, pretty fun project though. I'm excited about the progress. Keep following along for more. See you on the next video.